That's the secret. When the results start, you're going to get addicted to seeing those results, and it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Hi beautiful people, I hope you're well. Thank you so much for stopping by if you're new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. My name's Crystal, and today we're going to talk about how you can become your savage best self. Unapologetic, all you authentically, and bringing everything you've got to 2022. I feel like this is a really good extension of my previous video, which is how to glow up in 2022, and the tips that I have and things that I'm implementing in 2022 to become my best self, and I think we can do that together. So today is more or less your mindset. So I feel like the savage girl mindset is like, we all want to be that girl, that confident girl, the one that is unapologetically themselves, the one that has the confidence to do what they want, chase their dreams, and literally go through whoever they have to get to where they want to be. So today we're going to talk about that together and how I plan on doing that myself this year and how we can do it together. So before we jump into the video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I upload every Tuesday and Saturday at 6 AM Melbourne time, so please make sure you have that post notification bell turned on so you don't miss any of my uploads. A lot of my content moving into 2022 is going to be discussions about how to be your best self, how I'm going to be my best self, and what actually really works. So a lot of things on manifestation, about scripting, about how to save money, and how to not only be our physical best self but also our financial and savviest selves just in general. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any of that content, and let's just jump straight into the video. Okay, so the first thing that you will need to do if you want to become your savage best self is to stop caring. And I know that sounds really like empty, but the more you care about what other people think of you, the more you're going to be more concerned with their thoughts than your own. And if you're focused on their thoughts and you're not focused on your own, you can't kick your own goals. So for example, if I was more or less thinking, oh, that person thinks that I'm really ugly, I need to change myself to be better for them, you're not actually going to be focusing on what matters, which is actually living your damn life and achieving your goals, be it a degree, be it a master's, be it earning a certain amount of money, buying a home, finding your partner in life, I don't know, buying a dog, traveling the world. Like that one's probably a bit questionable, but there are so many other things in life that can be massive goals that you can kick. But if you're bothered about whether that person thinks you're good looking or not, you are not focusing on those other goals. If that person doesn't love you or like you or want to be around you because of something as shallow as the way that you look, they're not worth your time. And honestly, girls that emanate and guys that emanate that energy of not caring whether somebody likes them or not, and that's not going to influence their day or how they go about things, they are like on some other level. They honestly are just not bothered. Like, think about how many things during the day that bother you, and 9 times out of 10 it's that you are stressing about what other people are thinking of you, and 9 times out of 10 they're not even thinking that about you. And when you get your head around that, the fact that a lot of people don't actually give a damn about you and what you look like or what you're doing, as long as you're like obviously doing your job and stuff like that, it's just so much easier to get through your day. I know that I used to really worry about the way that I looked when I was in the gym. For example, back when I was lifting weights and stuff like that, which is, it's been a while now, but I used to, especially when I was living in England, I used to be really worried that a lot of the English boys were watching me and judging me, and like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like I'm a complete scatterbrain when it comes to this, because I remember at the time I was so all over the place and nobody cared. Like, honestly, I could have sat on my butt on the ground in the gym and nobody would have stopped their workouts. Nobody would have sat there and said anything. Like, nobody cares. And I think that kind of leads really well into my next point. Focus on yourself and nobody else. Like, it's your game. It's you versus you. And what really used to get me through my fitness goals and stuff, obviously gaining like 10 kilos during the pandemic, was literally, you at your chapter 1, you cannot compare yourself to somebody who's at chapter 10. Everybody is at different points in their lives, and if you constantly compare yourself to somebody who's like way down the book of life, and you're here and they're here, Like, there is a lot that's got to happen in between. So if you stop comparing yourself to other people that are at different stages in life, I mean, somebody who's 18 years old cannot really compare themselves to someone who's 30, because there's 12 years there that person has had the chance to develop, to earn money, to grow, to learn, to fail. I think that's a major piece as well. Like, there is time to fail. But then, like, we don't like failing. We're a very risk-averse society. And I think to be your most savage self, you need to take risks. You need to back yourself, trust that you are going in the direction that you are supposed to be going at that time. A good example for me is like a real life example, because that's what this channel is all about, is like all about real life examples and bringing my shiz to the table. In December last year, I had a previous colleague of mine approach me about a job. I wasn't looking. I wasn't really interested in going back into agency land. It was just something that kind of came out of the blue. She posted something on LinkedIn. I liked the status, and I think I even commented on it saying, wow, I didn't, like, that sounds like it's really interesting, or I didn't know that agencies could do that. Like, that's fantastic for you since you've moved. And it started a conversation where she was asking me how I was, what I was doing, what I was looking for in the future market and stuff like that. And like, I was never looking. Like, I never really commented on that status looking for a job. I just commented because I know her. We had a really strong relationship back when we worked together in agency. And she basically said to me, look, I'm building out a team in this space. I want to bring in a senior who's going to build that team out with me, who's going to get into the agency world and really go for that commission and build this space. Do you want to come on board? She put a contract in front of me that day, and it wasn't like it was too good to be true, but it was kind of like I didn't really know whether it was a smart move to do that. But you know what? The world is me versus me, and I need to challenge myself, and there are goals that I want to make in life, and sitting in a salary job where I'm going to earn exactly the same wage, no matter how hard I work, how little I work, no matter what, I'm going to end up with the same wage. At my age, at 27 years old, no kids, no intention of having kids in the next 3 years, well, 2 years because I'm nearly 28, like literally there is nothing for me to lose by taking a chance on that job. Things happen for a reason. Life kind of falls into place in front of you for a reason, and you can choose to take those opportunities or you can leave them. And on this particular occasion, I decided to take it. I decided to back myself. I decided to trust the universe's message that was coming to me at that time, because I was unhappy in the job that I was in. Like, it wasn't a bad job. Like, it wasn't a bad job at all. Like, for somebody out there, it's going to be the perfect dream job for them. It just wasn't for me. In my like context of career history, it just wasn't quite right for me. So I decided to take that damn chance. It's me versus me. The only thing that was holding me back was my fear of making the wrong move and the potential for failure. And you know what? I think that's another thing that savage girls have, and they've sorted it out. They have their head around it, and they're not scared to fail, because there's always a chance to get back on the horse. There's always a time to try things, and if they don't work out, that's fine. Like, for example, I'm trying investing this year. Like, it is my goal to start an investment portfolio. I don't really know how big it's going to get. I know everyone's like, I'm going to invest. Like, everyone's talking about that. I'm serious. I've wanted to invest for like 3 years now, and I've just never backed myself. But you know what? This is the year of the glow up. This is the year that I'm going to be savage. This is the year that I'm putting myself first, and you should too. And I figured out how I'm going to do it. Like, literally today, I think today is, what's the date? Today is January 6th. It's a Thursday that I'm filming this. This will probably go up next Tuesday. I will probably have $25 in my investment portfolio, but you never know. In 20 years, that $25 could be worth something else. You have no idea. And you know what? I just don't care. If it fails, I don't care. So back yourself. Allow yourself to potentially fail, because if it doesn't, what have you got to lose? It could work out. It could be the answer to everything. So I really do feel like savage people back themselves. They're not scared to fail. They don't care what other people think of them. And honestly, they just trust the chapters as they fall. Obviously, consistency is a major thing. A savage person does not waste their time with starting something and then ending it, and then starting it and then ending it, and wondering why they're not getting any consistent output. I mean, if you go to the gym once a week and then that's it, that's not consistency. I mean, consistency is in going to the gym 4 days a week and then eating well and not drinking alcohol. Then you're going to start to see results, and then you're going to get addicted to those results. That's the secret. When the results start, you're going to get addicted to seeing those results, and it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, your little nest egg. So or in the context of losing weight, the scales are going to go down, and they're going to go down and down and down and down, and it's going to be so exciting for you, and you're just going to glow like that. You're going to have it together. You're going to be chasing your best self, and 2022 is the year to grab that and to really run with it. Run with who you are. Back yourself. Learn a new skill. Learn how to edit a video on YouTube. Learn how to do your makeup in a different way. Learn how to play piano. Learn how to program something, a coding, I don't know. Learn how to plant a vegetable garden. Anything you've ever been curious about, do it. A good example is for me, like, I have always wanted to learn how to do investing. I've always wanted to learn how to furnish a house with secondhand furniture. Many reasons for that. First is because it's a huge money saver. Honestly, everybody needs to get into Facebook Marketplace. Everybody needs to look at what's available there for cheaper, because I got a bomb dining table for $450 off Marketplace. The dining table I was looking at from Early Settler was going to cost me something like $2,500. Your girls just saved $2,000. That can go towards a Mercedes. That can go towards a handbag. That can go towards a holiday. That can go towards investments. Think about where that other money can go. A savage person doesn't care what other people think. Oh, it's secondhand. Who cares? It's my table. I'm going to sit at it and I'm going to love it. Like, honestly, it's nobody else's business what I'm up to. It's nobody else's business what you're up to. Like, who cares? Follow your best self. If you have a certain style, like for example Amber Scholl, she's into that French Parisian, really gold marble, that sort of vibe. That's not really my cup of tea. Mine's more Queen Anne Edwardian sort of style, like mahogany, intricate wood carvings. That's my style, and I'm not going to feel ashamed that that's my style. I mean, all of this sort of like white flashy stuff, I went through that phase because that's what YouTube or that's what Instagram told me that I wanted to be, because that's what all the other girls were doing. I hate it. This is not my vibe. This is just the best like filming environment for me. So I'm going to roll with it, but I might show you guys eventually what I've done with my house, how unapologetically I love it, and I definitely think that you need to put yourself first too. Lead your best savage life. Think about what you really want and go for it. Who cares what other people think? Let's be our best selves. Let's go on this journey together. And I hope you subscribe to my channel, because there's going to be heaps more videos out there like this, high energy, talking about these kinds of topics, because I definitely think that we all need to create a community where we back each other and we become our best selves. So do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Remember, I upload every Tuesday and Saturday at 6 AM Melbourne time. I'm super excited to have you here on board with me, and I will have my code that I have been using for the investment app Rise, which is one of my savage things, investing. That's how I'm going to go about it this year. My code to get $5 off when you sign up is going to be in the description box. Definitely use that, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks. Bye.